Okay, let's make a cheesesteak sandwich and some fries. I'm using some store-bought French fries here. I like buying these because you can thaw these out and chop them up. Use them for breakfast, fry them up. They're pretty good, pretty cool. All right, so I got my oven preheated. I've got it on 425, and I'm gonna throw a little Lowry salt on here. Put your favorite seasoning in there. I'm gonna go ahead and get these in the oven. They're gonna take about 20 minutes. The sandwiches aren't gonna take very long, but we'll get them going. I'm gonna get the stove on. Gonna get a medium to high heat, medium high, just to get it started. Okay, I've got a ½ pound of roast beef. I tell them to shave it thin. You can buy the packaged already, whatever that cuts in. Maybe a little thick. You just have to chop it up maybe a little bit. Philly cheesesteak is different than this in the aspect of Philly cheese is sauteed onions and shaved ribeye. We're going to do the same thing here. We split that down the middle. I'm going to break that off right there. All right, just break that off just like that. And they saute their onions and they do their cheese, which is provolone. We're calling this a cheesesteak, but you can put whatever you want on it. We're going to put mozzarella because that's what I got a bunch of. All right, this is going to heat up. Again, if your knife's not sharp enough, flip it over and go from the bottom. We're going to cut strips. Now, we're going to cut the strips into squares, but dice them up. So you want to get your shape, your size that you want now. You don't want a fat one, and then you got to cut it up smaller. And then this one here, push that little piece out of the way. Keep your fingers curled back. Hold it all tight. Hold all that in a bunch. Work your way to your hand. Move your hand back a little bit. You get a little better at it. You cut, move your hand back. Just a hair. Cut, move your hand back just a hair. Alright, looks like we're only going to need about a ½ a pepper. That's going to be plenty for this. And our cheesesteak's going to have peppers, onions, and mushrooms, which is not a common one. That's like a more of a, they call it the Western thing. I don't know West, we're in the West from the rest of the world, so I don't know. I just know I like a bunch of veggies on it, so. Same thing here. I'm going to try to keep uniform to your size of your pepper so everything cooks together at the same time. Okay. Okay. We really don't even need that pan for right now. Potatoes are going to take 20 minutes. So I'm going to turn that off for about 15 minutes. And we get some mushrooms in here. Same thing with the mushrooms. Cut them in half this way, and you can get them right around the same size. You can leave your peppers and onions bigger if you want, doesn't matter. Leave your mushroom slices, you can slice them down. I'd rather do it this way. Don't waste that stem. It's all part of your mushroom. I got 6 mushrooms here, which is a lot. Turn it sideways again, keep your fingers out of the way. And this is basically all the prep we're going to need for this. That looks like that'll be enough for 2 sandwiches. We're going to let those potatoes cook for another 12-13 minutes, and we'll be right back and we'll get started on this. Okay, I believe we got about 5 minutes left on our potatoes. I got my pan heating up over here. Saute pan. Right now I got a non-stick skillet. You can use whatever one you want. I like this one. It's a big 12-inch one. This guy will hold a lot. Let's get some salad oil in. Not a whole lot. Just enough to get these veggies going. I think it's pretty hot already. Yeah, another 30 seconds on there. Alright, so we're going to do, like I said, we'll do the peppers, onion, and mushroom. The standard Philly cheesesteak. It was just sauteed onions. You can definitely leave them longer, as I was mentioning earlier. But I'm cutting them up smaller. They seem to work a little better. They work with the meat a little better. Fit in your sandwich a little better. Alright, these are hot. Let's go ahead and saute these down. These shouldn't take a whole lot of time because they're smaller than those big wedges that took a little bit last time. There we go. I like this pepper, onion, mushroom mix with a little bit of ham in it. It's great in the morning with an omelet, or just once it's cooked down, just throw it right into some eggs, scrambled eggs. You're not going to have to cook the meat because you already got the pre-cooked roast beef. I wouldn't want to go try to using your leftover leftover roast beef that you cook because you're probably not going to be able to get it cut thin enough. But if you chopped it up fine, same size as your peppers, it's not going to hurt anything really. And put it in the last minute or so. We're just trying to make a sandwich. We're not trying to do, super gourmet stuff here. It comes out pretty good though, this way. It's the way we always did it in the club. We did a whole bunch of these peppers, onions, mushrooms cooked in separate bowls. It'd be our special for the day. And they just tell us what they want in there. Oh, yeah, throw whatever you want. It's like in the omelet station in the morning. We have all this stuff all separated and just call that what they want in their omelet. And the pepper, onion, mushroom mix over here. I'm going to throw a little bit of this seasoned salt in it. Roast beef's already seasoned, but every time you add something, you want to add a little seasoning to go with it. A little salt and pepper. Coming along nicely. Turn my heat down a little bit, it may be a little high. And we're going to give these about 3 minutes to cook. Soften up a little bit. I might put a little bit of water in there to help them steam down. And I'll be back in a minute. Alright, these guys are nice and tender. Onions are cooked, mushrooms are cooked, peppers cooked. We're not going to cook the crap out of them because they'll just keep getting gooier and gooier. We don't want that. And there's two ways to do these. You can take and put the meat, cook it on the one side, and then add your vegetables on top of it, put some cheese on it, and then try to scoop it up all nice and pretty into your hoagie roll. You can put it with the meat and the veggies together, get the cheese on there, and then put it in there, or you can put your cheese on at the last minute in your hoagie roll. Any way you want to do it is fine. I'm just going to go ahead and dump this right in there. Woo! Like I said, the roast beef is basically cooked already. We don't want to let it go too long. separated a little bit. We're going to go ahead and add the peppers right to it. Onions and mushrooms right to it. If you wanted it a little bit more moister, you can add a little bit of water to it right now. It's not going to hurt anything. I sure wouldn't go cooking it a whole lot more. Okay, it looks like about enough for 2 sandwiches, don't it? So, we're going to separate this into 2 portions. Manageable sizes. That looks back about right, huh? I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit here. Get some cheese on here. Like I said, the Philly's got Provolone. Ours is going to have mozzarella. You can put cheddar, American, whatever kind of cheese you want on there. I'm going to get the top on that, let it steam just for a second. Another way to do these is you can put your buns down inside of there, saute your buns off first, or you can put them down in there right now on top of that and get a little steam going. Just got about a second in there. Pull out our potatoes. Those look good, don't they? Nice, huh? A little crisp to them. Make those as dark as you want them. Okay, let's get this top off. Sorry about the steam. There we go. Look at that, huh? Now I would usually have a longer spatula. On a pancake grill that we make these on. There we go, huh? It's not going to be a beautiful picture for the cover screen, but hey, that's fine. Stove's off. Don't want to waste any of that, right? I'm going to throw a couple more little shreds of cheese on here so the picture looks pretty. Get our potatoes on. There we have it. Cheesesteak sandwiches for 2. Cut these guys in half. Look at that. Nice, huh? Quick meal, 20 minutes. Potatoes were in the oven. Everything's ready before potatoes are done.